It's not right. And it should make the average American mad as hell.
No matter where you are in the country, there's a good chance you will find a tribute or a statue dedicated to the military. Even in these partisan times, the armed forces command a level of respect from both sides of the aisle. But despite all of that respect, there are some staggering facts. The latest government statistics show around 1 in 4 armed service members have suffered from some form of food insecurity lately. That means around 286,000 members of our armed forces have struggled at least some point in the last few years of not being able to put food on their own table.
Hi, welcome to the event.
This issue is one that Scripps News has been following for a while. Last year, we reported on food bank-like events for military families in San Diego. We brought you the stories of families like the Javanars who serve our country but struggle to buy food.
In the back of my mind, where I'm like, did I budget properly?
To some degree, Congress thought they fixed this issue, or at least helped it last year. In the 2022 National Defense Authorization Act, they created a new basic needs allowance for lower-income service members. And while the funding is still working on being implemented, in recent days, Scripps News confirmed with the Pentagon that the fix is helping relatively few. Only as many as 2,400 members may be eligible for the bonus funding, the Pentagon told me. When you compare that with government statistics about food insecurity, that's less than 1% of the estimated need. That brings us to the present, where there's a renewed push for Congress to address this issue again.
We want to look at quality of life for all of our military.
And that is where Republican Congressman Don Bacon of Nebraska comes in. Earlier this year, the House Armed Services Committee announced the creation of a new subcommittee focused on quality of life issues. Congressman Bacon is in charge of it. He tells me he's already met with about 50 service members privately. The first public hearings will be in June. He says the goal is to meet twice a week for 8 months to come up with bipartisan recommendations to then pass in 2024.
The biggest issue that I heard, and it was pretty overwhelming, was housing. The quality of housing, the fact that the housing allowances when they're living off base doesn't cover the rent.
We spend over $800 billion a year on the military. Why do we have members of our armed forces on food stamps?
It's a great question, and we're going to stop it. It's not right, and it should make the average American mad as hell.
Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.